What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make Baldi's basics in Minecraft. This is part 3, and in this one, we're going to be actually finishing off the main interior. We're going to be getting the rest of the rooms done, along with the ceiling filled in, and I guess that's it, yeah. So we'll just have the basement left, and one other minor detail left, but I'm not entirely concerned about that. That will be at the beginning of next part, though. But anyway, that's enough yapping. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alright, so we're going to just clear out this right side row to start here, because these are the rooms that I just feel like getting done. I don't really know. To start off with the first one, you need the following. You need oak stairs, birch stairs, oak slabs, oak trapdoors, heavy core, paintings, and you'll need the pale oak hanging sign along with the glowing sex and red dye. Because I'm lazy, I'm just gonna grab this one here, just gonna yoink. But yeah, it just exit on. Is it one side or both sides for this one? It's one side still. So, yeah, again, we are using the front of the build as the reference point, so the door for this room is going to be on the right. So if you take this front right area where you have the little broom closet, you're going to be one room back. And if you take the front left-hand corner of this room, you want to count to the right by 3, back by 1, and going to the right, you want to place 6 oak stairs all facing backwards. Like so. You'll just place 5 additional rows going back that are the same thing. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am, for the most part, recording some Baldi. You'll then take the back left stair and you'll count left 3, back 2, place an oak plank, behind it 2 upside down slabs and then another plank. On the back slab of the 2, you'll place a heavy core. And you'll actually break the quartz brick in line with that heavy core along with the one behind it. And you want the same kind of ordeal with the trapdoors here. From the front one, you'll have an oak trapdoor open backwards. From the back one open forwards. From the frontmost plank, here on this, you want to count forward 2. And I'll place a placeholder here, and then above that, I'll pop a painting, which will be a 4x2, and I want the mountain range again. There is, I think, one more detail in this room. Yes, if you take the back right-hand corner of the room, you want to count forward by 3 and left by 4. And I'm going to just place an oak plank here with the slabs temporarily as a little bit of a placeholder, because in front of it I want an upside-down birch stair facing forward. Then I'm going to essentially position myself so I'm looking at the left side of that stair like this, and I'm going to place a stair just off of it. Then I'll do the same to that stair, and then the same to that stair. And then I'll do that again on top of itself. So if I start from this front right, I'll place a stair on top that's facing forward. Look at the left side, place it facing toward me. Look to the left, etc. For the sign, it is going to be above the top right. This like front right top stair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a plank to the right, and I'm going to place the pale oak hanging sign off of it. And you can see it's down a line, exit in all caps, glowing sec, red dye. If you cannot copy it like I can, but I'm lazy, so I did. Oh my god. The next room's a little ridiculous. It's just a little bit. Get rid of your birch stairs, your pale oak hanging sign, and your heavy core. And I'm going to move the oak trapdoors forward and then the painting forward. And, oh my god, in addition, you want a wither skeleton skull, a heavy weighted pressure plate, yeah, I said it right, and a medium amethyst bud. It's a lot of desks, that's all I'm telling you. So from the front right-hand blue wool here, you want to count back by 2 and left by 2 and place an oak stair facing left. Then you're going to, again, we're doing the same thing where we're counting back each time. You'll count back 4, stair, back 3, stair, back 3, stair. Nice. Next row, we'll again start from this front one. I'll count to the left by 3, stair facing left. I'll then count back 3, stair, back 3, stair, back 4, stair. From the frontmost stair again, I'll count left by 3, stair, and then you'll count back 4, stair, back 3, stair, back 3, stair. Again, from the frontmost stair on that row, you will count to the left by 3 and back 1 and place a stair, still facing left. And then you'll just count back 3, stair, and do that 2 more times. From that front stair again, you will count left by 4 and forward 1, stair facing left, and then you'll count back 4, stair, back 3, stair, and back 3, stair. One more row or 2 more? 1 more. You will count left from that one by 3, back 1, that's not 1, stair, there we go. And then back 3, stair, back 3, stair, back 3, stair. That's all your stairs. I would start by placing all the trapdoors now. Just because, yeah, and again, if you don't know the drill, if you take the stair, you'll place an oak trapdoor off the top half of it to the left. Trapdoor in front of and behind that one open up against it. I always place the side ones first, or at least one side one first. And then I can just crouch and place the top one off of that and just go that way because it's a little bit more convenient to place. But yeah, it's so many desks. This do be that one classroom though that is for some reason just overstacked all the time. Kind of funny. I feel like in high school it was either like you had 30 kids in a class or like 10. Not really. There was never like a sweet in between spot. There was no like 15 or 20. It was always really small or like, I would say large, but I guess more so average. Well, I guess if you're on both sides of the average, or if you're on both extremes, then the average would be in the center of them. Whatever. The median or whatever the frick it is, the one that's like, it's the most appearances or whatever. Okay, so for replacing the funny things, the right 2 most rows are open. If you take the 3rd row in, the back 2 have skulls on them. The back most one is a skeleton skull that's facing mostly right and a little bit forward, and in front of that it's a wither skeleton skull facing the same direction. You will have to crouch to place all of these, just keep that in mind. The next row to the left is the same combination, just the 2 skulls are shifted forward. So the skeleton is not this backmost one, but one forward, and then the wither skeleton skull is in front of that. The next row, the front 2 are skeleton skulls. The front one faces just directly right, and the one behind that is slightly right, or slightly forward, but mainly right. And then the next one back is a wither skeleton skull facing straight right, and the next one is mostly right, but a little bit forward. And then this final row, the front one is a heavy weighted pressure plate. Next one back's open. Next one back is a wither skeleton skull facing right, and then the final one is a medium amethyst bud. If I recall correctly, the next room is very weird. Take the frontmost desk in that final row, and you want to count left by 3 from the trapdoors. You'll then count back 2, oak plank, back with 2 upside down oak slabs and another oak plank. 4 ones are painting is perfectly aligned with this desk, so I'm going to take the leftmost of the 2 slabs, and I'll just place a 4x2 painting like so. There is a window in this room. I'm glad that I remembered, because I almost just forgot it there. The one table in the front row with the skeleton skull, this guy, you want to, just in line with the oak stair, break the quartz brick kind of at the center of the wall. And then I'll break one to the side, so it's kind of against the corner of this like hallway. And then you'll have the 2 oak trapdoors in the center open against each other. From this point, that is that room done. The next room is, the door's on the other side, and I'm only mad about that. Wait, I can actually just crawl through the window. That's such a weird sentence, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So this next room back is this guy, which is quite the large room. Okay, get rid of your medium amethyst bud and get out stripped mangrove wood, along with mangrove doors. On the full back wall, except for the leftmost block, you're having your rows of strip mangrove. So this like back left corner is open, but everything else is this 2 strip mangrove wood extending up. We'll probably end up fully clearing our inventory in a second. Not yet, but I think that'll be beneficial for a portion of this room. And then on this side here, you will extend forward with 6. Again, you're placing your doors going right to left. For this one, I have a little bit of a mistake here. On this, like, full, the longer row, I actually stop on the corner, which is fine, and then I'll switch and go right to left here. But this door faces like that. It faces into the other one. So what I'd actually do is I'm going to break this row of strip mangrove, and then I can just place actually doors the whole way down. Oh, you're supposed to go left to right, aren't you? What? I think so. No, I'm right there. And then I'll break this door and replace the strip mangrove. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with mine. I got the directions all wonk. So, it is what it is. Still counting forward against this wall, though, in line with the top strip mangrove. You'll be on the second one forward, and you'll have a third one forward. Sorry, you'll have a 4x2 painting. The painting has a gap of 1 from those lockers. Like so. I'll then continue along this wall, and the final 2 blocks, I will break at the, eye level, and I'll place those oak trapdoors again. Counting along the, what'll be the front wall now, not including this block, kind of like, which would be the corner of the room itself, where you can see from the window. You're going to, this being the first, you will count to the 9th quartz brick, and you'll have a 1x2 painting. In line with that 1x2 painting, you will count backwards to the 5th blue wool, and going back from that one, you will place 10 oak slabs. Which you should be 3 away from the lockers on the back. Right of that row, you'll place a row of upside down oak slabs. And then right of that, just regular oak slabs again. On not the frontmost oak slab, but one back, you'll have a wither skeleton skull facing mostly left, but a little bit forward, like so. It actually might be, is it 45? Yeah, I think it is 45. Yeah. You can then clear your inventory and get out the following. A blue candle, my favorite. Where are candles? There they are. Stone button. Orange concrete. Dark oak trapdoors. Item frame. And netherite scrap. Going along this table behind the wither skeleton skull, you'll place a blue candle. Gap of 2, and then on the next one, you'll place a stone button. In the front left-hand corner of this room, if you're on the very corner blue wool, you will count to the right by 2, and extending up, place 2 orange concrete. Off the bottom one, you'll have an item frame with netherite scraps in it. This is a chocolate bar vending machine. Either way, you'll have dark oak trapdoors open up against the sides like so. I think the other one, the blue one, is Pepsi. Or, not Pepsi specifically, but the soda one. I think blue, and I see blue, and I immediately think Pepsi. Which, I guess means their marketing is good, but I don't know. You will keep counting backwards to this final room in this row. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. Oak stairs. We do not need trapdoors for this room. So it's just oak stairs, oak slabs, and paintings. And I guess if you want to use oak planks, you can for the desk, but I don't really care. From the front right blue wool of this room, you want to start by counting left by 4, back by 1, oak stair facing left. I'll then... How do I want to do this? I'll count back by 4, left 1, oak stair. All of them will face left. I'll then count back 3 and right 1, and I'll have another oak stair. From the frontmost one, I will then count left by 4, back 1, stair, then count back 3, stair, then back diagonally right, you'll have another stair. And then from that one, we're just going to keep kind of snaking our way, I think, from this point. You'll count back by 6, left 1, stair, then count forward diagonally left 2, stair, and count forward 3, stair, and forward 1, left 2, stair here, then count forward 3, stair, then count left 4, forward 2, stair, and then count back by 10, left 1, stair, and then from there you'll count forward diagonally left by 3, and then you'll have an oak plank. In front of that, 2 upside down oak slabs, and then another plank. And this one, the painting on the wall is also in line with the desk. So I'll just take this left oak slab and, you know, you get the drill. There's another room done. Now, what do we have? 3 rooms left? 3 rooms, 1, 2, 3, and then the cafeteria, which will definitely be an experience, but yeah. So I think I want to start with the room that is kind of just directly below me, because I think this one will be the simplest of the 3 to do. Oh wait, no, it's not, because it's the principal's office, so it won't be simple. But you can actually just get rid of your oak stairs. Leave the other 2 things in your inventory, and get out an addition: oak signs, white banners, grindstones, blackstone slabs, and oak trap doors. So the front right hand corner of this room would be the doors on the right wall. So just use that. If you look back, the door will be there. And do I want to start with windows? No, we'll do windows after. You'll count from this block back by 2 and place an oak plank. Left of that plank, 2 upside down slabs and another plank. And then you want a grindstone on that plank where the like dark oak portions, the little, I guess, legs are pointing forward and backward. You'll then pretty much do the same thing coming off the left wall. So just if I trace all the way over, I'll place an oak plank. 2 upside down slabs going right with another plank. And not on this end plank, but one to the left, I'll have that grindstone again. Those are globes, I believe. So, yeah. I will take the innermost plank on this left desk, and I'll count back by 5. And place an oak plank. Behind that, 2 upside down slabs, 2 planks, 2 upside down slabs, and then another plank. This is 2 desks connected, so on the back block of the front desk, which is this one, you'll have that same grindstone. That the handles are on the left and the right this time, or the legs, rather. From the behind these 2 oak planks, the first slab behind them, directly right of it, you'll have an oak plank, 2 upside down slabs, and then another oak plank. On top of the leftmost plank, you'll have that grindstone with the handles pointed forward and backward. Right of that, a blackstone slab, which is the little VCR player? Something like that. I forget what they're called. I'm not old enough for that. You'll take this rightmost plank and you'll count right 3, forward 1, plank here. In front of that, 2 upside down slabs and another plank, and you'll have a grindstone on that back plank facing with the handles left to right, or legs. From the frontmost slab there, I'll have a plank to the left, 2 upside down slabs, another plank, and then I'll have a grindstone on that plank with the legs forward and backward. Here's the fun part. Going around the walls, we want banners and paintings. So I want to look at the door to start this, and we're going to do actually all of this at the same time. We're going to do paintings, banners, and windows. So starting from the door, if you're looking at it, you're going to count to the 3rd quartz brick to the right, and you'll place a 1x2 painting in line with your eye level. To the right of that, you'll have a white banner off the top block, gap of 1. You'll then break the next 2 quartz bricks, and you'll have the 2 oak trap doors not open that way, open towards each other. Switching walls, you want to leave the first 4 blocks open, and on the 5th you'll have another 1x2 painting. That is where the painting's supposed to go. Right of that, a white banner on the top half. Gap of 1, then you'll have another window, so your 2 quartz bricks both broken with the oak trapdoors open towards each other. Gap of 1, painting, and then in the corner a white banner like so. On the next wall, you'll leave, including where this, like, the white banner would be taking up this top space, you will leave the first 6 blocks open, and on the next one, you'll place a painting, white banner, gap of 1, painting, there we go, white banner, gap of 1, break 2 quartz bricks for your window with the oak trapdoors, and then on the back wall of the room, you just want a painting against the far left wall here, banner to the right, and then you'll have a gap of 7. Painting, white banner to the right, and then you should have 1 opening there. So this is essentially what you should have. I'll do a slow pan around here. And yeah. Below each of the paintings and banners, just along the bottom of the walls, you'll place oak signs, which these, I think, say the characters' names, and then the white banner is the description. Or, I think maybe the white banner has both. I forget. The signs are for something, though. That's all I can tell you. This is what I get for doing the tutorial, like, 3 or 4... like, it's been like 6 months, actually. It's been a good couple minutes, at least. The next room is actually, well, other than the cafeteria, it's one of the more annoying ones left. It's this one right here that has the kind of stripped spruce coming off the side of it. The reason this one is so annoying is because we have to deal with that particular room. So, yeah. In addition to what you already have, get out oak stairs and wither skeleton skulls. Sure, that works. And with this particular room, you want to start from the front right-hand corner, which is going to be where the little opening is here, or will be, rather. From it, you want to count left by 2 and back by 1, and place an oak stair facing left. Count back 3, stair, back 3, stair. From the frontmost stair, you will count to the left by, is it 4? Yes. And then forward 1 so you're against the wall. Stair, and then you'll count back 3, stair, back 3, stair, back 3, stair. You'll count left by 3 from that and copy the same row. And then from the, I'm going to say the back left stair, you want to count to the left by 4. That is not 4. Here is 4. Forward 2, oak plank. In front of it, 2 upside down oak slabs and another plank. This painting you're replacing if you're looking at the desk in line with the rightmost plank. So just above it here, I'll have the 4x2 painting. So half of it is in line with the desk, half of it is over. For each of these, it's the same thing. You have the oak trapdoor off the top half of the stair to the left, with the trapdoor opened on both the front and back if you can. For those like 2 stairs at the far front, you'll just have to connect it off the wall like this. You won't have the trapdoor. You don't want to break the quartz bricks because you would be able to see that from the other side. So, yeah. And then we might be able to finish this, actually. At least as far as the interior for these rooms. We're not finishing the whole build in this part. That would be a couple hours, but you should have this. Anyway. In line with the center row of desks, you want to be just on top of this trapdoor, and you're going to break this quartz brick on the wall along with the one to the, what will be the left. Like so. And you'll have the same thing on the right block, oak trapdoor open left, on the left block, oak trapdoor open right. I definitely inverted that from the direction you're looking, but it's fine. No one has to notice. From the, which ones are we going to do? Okay, yeah, take the front left desk and count back by 1, and you want to on this middle trapdoor, place a wither skeleton skull facing mostly left, but a little bit forward. You'll do the same thing on the desk behind that, along with one right of that, like so. You can then clear your inventory and get out the following. Heavy weighted pressure plate, medium amethyst bud, sandstone walls, spruce leaves, and then you want acacia and mangrove stairs and slabs. So I'll go acacia stairs, mangrove stairs, and then I'll go both slab versions. And in addition, you'll want... We might just go with that, actually. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. So from this, like, back right wither skeleton skull, the desk in front will be a heavy weighted pressure plate. And then if you trace that one right, you won't actually hit a desk, but you'll end up wanting to be just kind of behind that a block. You'll have a pressure plate on this one. And the desk in front of that one, you'll want to not open, but you'll want a medium amethyst bud on top. Okay, it does break if you open that, I was wondering. In the back right corner, you'll have a sandstone wall with 2 spruce leaves on top. On the right side here, you want to just break basically the 3 rows of the wall where the this thing is here, this little room that's sticking off. If you, so this opens once you get all, or once you are at the like end part. I think it might be you need to hit like a certain number of exits or something as well. And this will lead to the basement eventually once we get there. What we're going to do though is starting from the, if you're looking at the opening, we're going to take the left side and go bottom to top and place a mangrove plank, just use slabs. Upside down stair facing right of acacia, and then upside down stair facing right of mangrove. To the right of the bottom mangrove plank, I'll place an acacia slab and then an acacia stair facing left. On top of that acacia stair, I'll have a mangrove stair facing left and then an acacia plank. Between that plank and the mangrove stair here, you'll have an upside down mangrove slab. And that's kind of like the funny little portal, or at least my interpretation of it. Clear your inventory and get out either the diorite slabs or blocks you're using for your ceiling, whichever you're doing. Lanterns, polished andesite slabs, which we're going to use for a singular block, polished andesite stairs, ladders, and barriers. If you haven't gotten them out, just it's again /give at s barrier. So first thing is, again, we're going to just like walk through this portal and look at the room in this direction. You want to, at the back center, place a polished andesite block with a barrier on top. I'm also going to actually bring the polished andesite down by 1 into the floor. You can break this iron that is fine just like in front of it and break the one below it, and also again bring the polished andesite down by 1. I'll place ladders off both andesites and the barrier. To the left and the right of that back block, you'll place slabs. Moving forward from those blocks, you'll place stairs facing out. Moving forward from those stairs, slabs, and then in the center of those slabs, a stair facing forward. Block above the walls, you'll fill in the ceiling with your diorite. And then, I'm going to say the 4th block from the portal, so 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, you'll pop a lantern on the ceiling. And yeah, I want to say the basement is lit with lanterns. Let me confirm. Yes, it is. So, yeah, basement will be fun to make, I'm sure. In case you couldn't tell, that was very sarcastic. But anyway, there you go. Now we just have 2 rooms left. And we're going to leave the cafeteria for last because I just don't really feel like doing it. And I want you to head to this room on the far left. I gotta find it, though, so give me, like, 2 seconds. I went the wrong way. I'm gonna need more than 2 seconds. So you can start by clearing your inventory and getting out the following. Oh, yeah, this one's weird. Oak slabs. Oak stairs. Wither skeleton skulls. Heavy weighted pressure plate. Polished blackstone button. And painting. In this particular room, you want to take the front right blue wall. And from it, you want to count to the left by 4, back 3, oak plank. Behind it, 2 upside down slabs and another plank. You'll then leave a gap of 3 going back from that, and on the 4th block, you'll copy the same thing. Off of, well, no, I'll wait a second for that actually. You want to leave gaps of 4 going left from either of these tables, or count to the 5th block, and copy them again, so you essentially have like a almost grid shape of them, like so, even though there's really no grid involved. Out of the 2 slabs on either table, you'll take the ones further from the center, which the center would be this kind of walkway from the door, and you want to place an oak stair off of it facing into the slab from the right side. That is not the outside. There we go. Holy. You should have this. On the front right table, you'll take this back plank, count forward 1, polish blackstone button. On the front left table, you'll take that back 1. Wither skeleton skull facing back and left. I'd say at a 45-degree angle. Yeah. And then in front of that, you'll have not 1 but 2 heavy weighted pressure plates. From the back left table, you'll take this front oak plank and count left by 4. Another oak plank. In front of it, 2 upside down slabs and then another plank. In line with that plank on the wall here, you'll have a 4x2 painting, which again, I'll make that one. Cool. Now it's time for the room I've put off for, check it, like over an hour and a half's worth of time in total now. Although I guess that technically wouldn't be how that would mathematically add up. Oh my gosh, words. The cafeteria. In addition to what you already have, get out sandstone walls and spruce leaves. I want to start by just marking all the tables, and the plants will help, or the one singular plant will help us with this. From the front left-hand corner of this room, you want to start by counting right by 3. Sandstone wall with 2 spruce leaves on top. Count right 3 again. Back 1, and going right, you want to place 9 oak slabs. Behind that, a row of upside down oak slabs, and then behind that, more oak slabs. Like so. From the back left of that table, I'll count back 2, left 2, and then going to the right, I'll place 9 oak slabs again. Gap of 1, and then what should be 9 more oak slabs, yes. Then from there, leave a gap of 6 going right, or count to the 7th, and going right, place 9 more oak slabs. Behind each of those 3 little rows you place, you'll do the same thing you did to that front one, where you'll place a row of upside down oak slabs behind, and then regular oak slabs a block behind that. And I'm just going to place this one in one full row and break the center, because I find that easier. But it doesn't really matter. From where you have the 1 block gap between these tables, you're going to be on the table to the left of the gap, but the rightmost block of it. I'll actually count left by 1, just because. And then I'll leave a gap of 6 going back, and again, count to the 7th back, and going back, place 9 oak slabs. This will be the one that's different because I didn't check. Okay, it's not. That's good. You can then, same kind of thing, right of that this time, upside down oak slab row. Right of that, regular oak slabs. I'll then leave a gap of 7 to the right of that. And count to the 8th. And I'll make the same table. The only difference is instead of being in line, it's actually shifted 1 block forward. And again, you'll have the oak slabs, right of that upside down oak slabs, and right of that regular oak slabs again. From the back right block of that table, you'll count back 3, right 1, and going right, you'll get, you guessed it, 9 oak slabs. Then you'll have, well, yeah, we'll save that for once we get the other row in, but I guess you can do it now if you want. You'll take the back left table, and from the back left block of it, you'll count back 3, left 1, and going left 9 oak slabs. And again, behind either upside down oak slab, and then regular oak slab behind that. And that's all your tables marked. Which is nice. Yeah, there you go. Very strange layout, but I try not to question it, because I'm afraid that if I do, I'm gonna not get an answer that I like. From the doors on these sides here, in front of both of the sets, you'll take the second quartz brick in front, and you'll place that's not a painting, a 1x2 painting. Try to keep it the same, whatever it is. I have it as that guy, so I'm actually gonna make both that one, which means I will have to fly back again. And there we go. Cool. There is one more painting, or 2 more. 1 more. It is on the back wall. It's to the left of the little exit here. You'll take the 5th quartz brick to the left. So this is the first, the corner, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and then the 5th is where you place the painting. And I'm going to make this one also the same, because that's what I have it as. You can get out oak trap doors, because I'm going to forget the window if we don't do it now again. And if you're looking forward, these 2 tables that are a block away from each other, you want to, again, if you're looking in this direction, take the furthest left block of the 2. Trace it to the wall, count left an additional 1, break this quartz brick, and then 1 left of that, and you'll place the oak trap doors open towards the center, like so, again. For the remainder of at least the bottom here of the cafeteria, you just need the following. You can clear your inventory and get out. And you want to get out stone cutters, dark oak trapdoors, blue concrete, item frames, blue egg, quartz bricks, stone slabs, ochre frog lights, and blackstone walls. And that actually, I think, will finish off pretty much everything that we'll need to do here. So, again, if you look from the front wall, which is the one with the window, we're just going to go each table one at a time. And I'm starting with this far front one. The only thing on this one is on the far right block of a dark oak trapdoor. On the next table back, I'm going to go left to right, and I'll leave a gap of 1, and I'll place a stone cutter. The saw will face left to right. These are the lunch boxes. They might be a little bit deadly, but that's fine. You leave a gap of 4 going right, and you'll have another stone cutter. Next table is kind of the same thing inverted, except you don't have the far stone cutter, so you'll just leave the gap of 2, and then boom, stone cutter. Keep going to the right, in this table you have 3 block gap, and then a stone cutter going across. I'm going to say out of these tables, we'll start with the actually like back right one here. And on the furthest right block, you'll count left 1, stone cutter. On this table going front to back, you'll take the front block and you'll count back by 1 and place a stone cutter. The saw on these will face left to right. Gap of 3, stone cutter. On the other table going front to back, you're going to actually take this and go back to front for this row. You'll leave a gap, stone cutter, gap, stone cutter, gap, stone cutter. And then on the table here at the back right, you'll go right to left, or left to right actually, and you'll leave a gap, stone cutter, again, so I'll face left to right for this time. Gap of 2, stone cutter, gap of 2, stone cutter. And there you go. From the exit point here, to the right of it, you'll be on the 4th quartz brick over, and you'll place 2 blue concrete extending up. From the bottom one, item frame with a blue egg in it. You'll have dark oak trapdoors open up against these sides, and there is the majority of your cafeteria complete. Now, lighting in this room is fun. That's all I'll say. First thing you want to do is, as high as you'd like to go, you want to bring the quartz bricks up. If you're familiar with the game itself, you know this goes fairly high. So I would say add, can I give you a number real quick? 15, 18, 21. I have 22 rows added if you want a number. And then this would be the 22nd here. And I'm going to slash fill all of this because, you know, it's just easier that way. Quartz bricks. And you can do 2 walls at a time if you're familiar with the little tricks with that. I'm gonna do it this way. Control-Alt-X. I've finally figured out how to use that. Which is funny because not something you would really think about, but it is definitely helpful. So yeah, and I'll give you a second to do that as I figure out how I want to approach doing the lights here. So yeah. You want to take the, we're going to say the 14th quartz brick up. And just at any point, it doesn't matter, preferably one of the corners you want to mark it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 14. Like so. If you have a block in the corner, you want to place an additional 6 coming out along the short sides of the walls, which are the ones with the doors here. You'll then place 4 going in, and then you'll have an upside down stone slab. And you want to do that on each of the 4 corners. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stand on this and fly across, so I don't have to count the 14 every time. And I'll just place the quartz brick under my feet, go back 6, in 4, upside down slab. That's not high enough. Yeah, there we go. And then once more. Like so. Each of these you'll bring inwards with an ochre frog light and then another upside down stone slab. Have upside down stone slabs off the remaining 2 sides of those frog lights. And then I'll bring each upside down slab up with another slab. Stone block on top of the ochre frog light. I just missed a step on this one entirely. That's cool. And that'll give you your lights. You can break the quartz bricks now because these aren't supposed to be connected like that. Those were just to figure out where these go. Extend the center stone block up with black stone walls until you're at, I'll say, the same height as the walls. Which should give you this. We're almost done. Fill in the ceiling of this room a block above the walls with black concrete. And again, I will slash fill this. Like so. And I'm trapped outside. I'll go back in so you can kind of see what you should have as your final product. There you go. The final thing we're going to do in this part is you want to fill in the rest of your ceiling in with diorite slabs or blocks, whichever you're using. Every single room, you can also confirm, go around, just make sure that you've got all the rooms with doors actually done here. And you should. There at least has to be something in everything, because if you have one thing, then you're good. And I'm just going to slash fill like a majority of this. Again, it's up to you whether or not you want to use slabs or blocks. I just think the slabs are going to be kind of better. And you want to make sure if you're slash filling that you do not go into the cafeteria, because that will definitely give you some issues if you do. I'm going to do that. And can I do these 4 rows? I hope I can. Yeah, and then I'll manually fill this room. One thing I want to talk about also, the plan for the rest of this. So at the beginning of next part, we're going to do the little like fences on the outside here. And then after that, it's just doing the basement. So yeah, the basement will go directly under this map. You can add a teleporter or something if you want. Because it does get a little bit tight down there with the spacing between the bottom of this and the top of that. But it's not really a huge deal either way. And yeah, I'll show you the lighting also once we're done with the filling here. If you are particularly someone who cares about that. And then... there you go. Nice. The game is fairly brightly lit, so I'm actually going to just set it to noon, because for some reason noon is just like a flashbang. And you see if I take off my night vision, it looks fairly unlit, actually, which is kind of the goal I was going for. So yeah, I think this is probably the best choice. I honestly probably should have done this on the original, but I just didn't even think about it. But yeah. There's the main schoolhouse itself done. And once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is part 3 of Baldi's Basics complete. Hold on, I gotta turn this back to 9, because, oh my. Yeah, honestly, that wasn't too bad, at least to get the main part of itself done. I thought it was gonna be like 5 parts. So, I'll take it, I guess, for doing all that in 3. But yeah, again, we still have more to do. If you care for the basement, I realize not everybody might. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, that is enough rambling from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.